Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. My name is Danielle, and this is my spiritual journey. Y'all, I had to stop the video and we had to start all over again. I don't know if it's still going to happen or not, or what, where, when, but like I'm recording, and in front of me, it's like this like orb thing that would just come and then shoot back up. Like I don't know what's going on. Like I see it when I'm looking in the camera, but I don't see it in person. And so I'm just like, you know what? Let me push, let me just stop and see what's going on and assess the situation. Okay, so I'm back out. So intuition. Let's do, let's start a little series on intuition. A lot of times when you are on your spiritual path slash journey, you hear people saying, follow your intuition. I followed my intuition. I heard from my intuition, all these things. And sometimes you may be sitting there like, I don't hear anything from my intuition. My intuition doesn't talk to me. I don't get what you're talking about. Not that I don't trust that intuition is a real thing, but I haven't experienced it for myself. So this video is going to be for you. And what I will do is I'm going to give a couple of examples of intuition, what your intuition may um, feel like, sound like, or and things like that, right? These are going to be in examples that's just off of the top of my head. So I'm not taking from people's real life experiences, right? So one example could be, when you are, ooh, this is a good one. You're getting ready for the day and you're about to leave, and it's just like, take an umbrella, take your rain jacket, whatever the case is. And then you feel that, you feel it, you hear it, whatever it is, however it comes to you, you have that information, right? But then you may look to an outside source for confirmation to be like, let me check the weather channel, let me check the news channel, let me check my apps, whatever it is that you may do, and they may be like, it's clear skies all day today. Like, no need to bring an umbrella, no need to have a rain jacket, whatever. And so you go about your day and you leave the raincoat, rain jacket, umbrella, whatever it is that you have, you leave it at home, because at the end of the day, it is, do I want to walk around with this, or do I want to just not have it and keep my hands free, that kind of thing. It's almost like when you're in the summertime, you know how it is in the summer, where it's like you're free, nothing's holding your arms or anything, and you decide that you want to go. Maybe you want to go to an outdoor mall or something, and it's like, do I want nothing in my arms, or do I want to walk around with like this rain jacket or this umbrella, and nobody else is going to have one because it's supposed to be clear skies, and so you just don't take it, and it starts pouring down, like a downpour. Like nobody's about to put a pinky toe in that, because it's just like pouring down. And you're like, I had this feeling, you could say it was your feeling, it was intuition. I knew whatever it is, again, and it comes to different people different ways. So this is not going to be where I'm going to tell you how your intuition speaks to you. That's not my place, right? This is not my place. And so, it's just like, man, I knew that I should have brought my umbrella. Like, there's no, like, data shows that statistically at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's going to do a downpour. It's not any of that. It was just a feeling, or it's just something that told you, whatever. Again, however you get your information is different. So don't feel that if I say I heard my intuition, that it is something that I hear, right? Because again, sometimes it's something that I feel, sometimes it's just something that I know, sometimes it's something that I hear, right? It's all the different things. You may even be someone that, you wake up and you go through your day, when you visualize going through your day, or you see yourself going through your day and you see yourself with an umbrella. And it's just like, wait, it says it's going to be clear and sunny all day today. Like, what's up with this umbrella? Whatever it is, we all get our information in different ways. We are all unique individuals. So do not think that it only is going to come one way for you. Also, it is very important to not think that it's going to come only one way to you for all of your days, right? It can change all the time. It can be in all these different ways, and just be open, right? But guys, back to the topic at hand. So let's say that you don't listen and you look for outside sources to validate your feeling, your gut feeling, your knowing, whatever it is. That right there, if you do that so many times, guess what you're doing? You are essentially setting yourself up to not trust yourself and to trust outside sources. Whatever it is, even if it's not an outside source, even if you want to just have an argument back and forth with yourself, you are setting yourself up to not trust yourself, right? And so when you start with, let's do another example first. Let's say that there is, you are calling in, you are ready for a relationship, right? And so as you're ready for this relationship, you are talking to someone and there may be something that's just not feeling right. Like it's not feeling right. You don't know, you don't have proof, right? And that is something that I know it gets a lot of women. Gets a lot of women right off the bat. Yeah, women are different, but sometimes a woman, I'm going to use the example of a woman because that's what I am and that's what I know. Um, Sometimes a woman will just know that something's not right. Um, but instead of walking away or leaving it where it is and just being like, you know what, I'm good, a lot of times a woman may want proof or confirmation or something to be like, aha, whatever the case is, or just to prove that a woman is going to stay in a situation longer than. Sometimes it can be a woman is going to be loyal, dependable, be there for you, understand or see your heart, and all the different things that may keep you in a situation when you have this feeling that's just like, nah, we got to go. Just all the things. And so, just even in that situation, do you see how it is easy to not trust yourself, right? Because we knew, you knew, we knew at whatever time that something was not right about this person, but we continued to stay. We continue to entertain the person, all the things. And so it's just like that right there. It just is it's another tick on why I don't trust myself, because why did I stay in this? If I trusted myself, I would have left, but I continued to stay. I continued to be a good person, to have a good heart, whatever the case is, whatever you want to fill in the blank with. But just all those things, you need to go back seriously to get in touch with your intuition, to get that relationship back again, is you need to go back and what I did, and this was years ago, so I might have it out of order, but what I did is I definitely did apologize. Like I went through and I was writing down different situations, right? Different situations where, let's just say in my terminology, I would say I knew better, but I didn't do better, right? So it's like I knew, but I didn't act on what I knew. I continued to stay. And again, it can be loyalty, it can be just to prove somebody wrong or to prove something wrong, or, just to prove that I am a good person, all the different things. But write down all those situations. I knew to take an umbrella, but I didn't because the weatherman who went to school for this, at least back in my day, I remember Brian Busby. Um, but back in the day, people actually went to school for this type of thing. They didn't just pop out and learn how to use this app or anything like that. Like again, this is back in my day. We had where Brian Busby came and he spoke to us, and he was a big time dude, and I want to say he was one of the first Black OG meteorologists back in our space way back when. And it was just like, nah, I went to school to learn this. And it takes skill to do all these things. Because even with him, he's just like, you gotta, you know, know your information, but then you gotta also look at this machine that is doing the map and read the map properly. And it takes skill to do, to have your knowledge, but then to also be on TV and do the things. And so, basically what I'm getting to is sometimes if you look at yourself as a little kid, And it can be like, I feel like I need to take my umbrella today, or I feel like I need to do this today. And then you check on, because back then you looked at the news, you actually watched the news, and then there would be a segment for the weather. And so, if Brian Busby is like, it's gonna rain today, then you're like, yes, I knew it. I knew it's gonna rain. You could have that as a confirmation. But then what happens if you felt like you needed to take your umbrella and Brian Busby didn't say that you need to take your umbrella? Like that was a thing where it's just like, wait, but, and I didn't use or rely on my intuition or anything back then, but my mama, she would be like, look, it's gonna get cold today. You taking your winter coat. And it's just like, but mommy, you know, and it's just like y'all, these is the days back in the day for real though. You be in elementary school and you come out and it's just like a sunny, like in the 80s, and you got this sweater on with this t-shirt underneath it, and you got this winter coat, and you just want to be free and everything, and you're gonna get in trouble if you end up sick. But your mama just doesn't understand how hot it is, so you have to stuff your big old winter coat in your little bitty book bag, and you just got this big old balloon on the back of your back, just walking around with your coat stuffed in your book bag. Anyway, but y'all, let me stop playing. So intuition is basically trusting that information that you get. And so even for us as little kids, we may feel like, nah, we're not gonna need our coat, but your mama said you better take that coat. And if your mama said you better take that coat, you better take that coat, and you better wear that coat. And for a while, we would wear that coat with sweat dribbling. I'm telling you, sweat would be everywhere. But our mama said that we better wear our coat, so we better wear our coat. But it's just even that feeling back then, we felt like we wasn't gonna need the coat, but again, if she said you're gonna take your coat, you're gonna take your coat. You know, it's just trusting. So go back through all the situations, and I feel like if you are watching this video, you don't even have to go back to childhood. It's probably something within the past X amount of years, right? Where something major happened. Look for major things. And that major thing is probably the thing that probably feels like it broke you, is what I want to say. But it feel like it broke you, and that you can't trust yourself, or you don't know if and when to trust yourself. So definitely go back and forgive yourself for whatever choice you think that you did that was a bad choice. I'm going to tell you, in my belief is that, we don't make bad choices. We make choices that definitely take us down paths that open us up to learning more about ourselves, more about our power, and more about our understanding. So it is definitely a learning lesson when you choose to not listen to your intuition. It is a learning lesson. So don't say, just look, and it's probably something that you think is a bad, like is a really bad situation, a turning point. That right there, look at that and see, feel into it, and you probably blame yourself for something. You probably blame yourself for not listening or for not knowing better. All those things right there, that is the situation. Forgive yourself for that, first of all. The other thing that you can definitely do is come through and see, did you learn something? What do you need to learn from it? If you feel like you didn't learn anything, you need to go through and sit and try to learn, figure out what it is that you needed to learn, what you needed to experience as a result of that decision that you made. And then you need to have a conversation with intuition, basically, have a conversation like, look, I'm so sorry that I didn't trust you, right? But I'm ready to trust you now. And something for me is, and again, this was so long ago, but I know me. I probably was like, hey, when you're talking to me, can you be loud? Like loud and obvious. And a lot of people are just like, when your intuition talks, it is so quiet and blah, 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 blah. Y'all, I have a completely different conversation. I'm like, look, when you're trying to talk to me and get my attention, talk loud. Okay, because I need to make sure, because I am always having internal dialogue, and I need to make sure, right? So talk loud. I even say that when my people are wanting to get my attention. I need y'all to talk loud. Don't send no freaking rodents and roaches my way, because it's not going to get my attention to be like, oh, a loved one is trying to connect with me. I'm like, the hell, I'm gonna be trying to get out, right? I'm not gonna be thinking about no ancestors, But if I see, if for whatever reason I'm in a space and there's no gnats, and then all of a sudden I see two gnats, and I'm like, who the what? Who trying to talk to me? But yeah, y'all, I kid you not, send a rodent or a roach or something my way and see what happens. Now, oddly, send a snake my way, and I'm like, who's trying to talk to me? But not y'all, not y'all send no snakes, because I'm in the midst of tra transitioning from space to space. So yeah, we don't need to see no snakes. We can see them outside, but we don't need to see them inside the houses or nothing. But yeah, just things like that. Forgive yourself. Make sure that you learn the lesson. Don't be so freaking hard on yourself. When we go through things, there are lessons that we choose to learn. And you can listen to your intuition or you cannot listen to your intuition. But no matter which way you choose, you're still going to end up on the track that you need to be on. That's how powerful we are. So if you decide to, this is tying in with the example, if you decide to take your wait, if you decide not to take your umbrella, even though you felt like just something told you to take your umbrella or you felt you needed to take your umbrella, but you check the weather was like, all is good. Don't take your umbrella. You good, you good, you good. You don't need it. And you don't take it, and then it ends up in a downpour. You just like, but that's happened to me a few times, y'all. I be standing right there at the edge of that store, on the outside of the store, but right on the edge, like, Y'all smell that? That just smells so nice, especially when it's real hot outside and the rain just start beating on that asphalt or what concrete and it just smells and it's just like, yeah, you can watch the steam come up too. Yeah, all that. So you just stand there and you just paying attention and you're watching, but then it's like, okay, next time I'm gonna trust myself and I'm gonna take my umbrella if I feel like I need to take my umbrella. I don't carry umbrellas. I carry a rain jacket or a raincoat and it's easier to hide or if I can't hide it, then I'm like, look, I'm an Aquarius, right? And I am fine to be the only person walking around with a rain jacket on, right? And so, just embrace you and your intuition and that your intuition is different than everybody else's and it's going to speak to you in a different way. But seriously, at the end of the day, go back through. There's a situation that happened to you, a huge major turning point where you feel like it kind of threw you off for real, like really, really bad. Um, that is your situation. Forgive yourself. Um, take note, have that conversation, make sure that you learn things from it. Look and see that you are still on track. You got back on track. And even if that track is a different track, completely different track, you're still thriving, you're still excelling, you're still learning on your new track. And maybe that needed to happen so that you could get back on track. Because sometimes we were misaligned and something needed to happen to get us back in alignment. But again, there's so many different things I could tell you if I knew you on an individual basis and we was having a conversation. But for everybody who watching this video, let's keep it kind of vague. So forgive yourself, have that conversation, see your learning lessons, appreciate, right? Make sure we have appreciation, make sure we have love. And then going forward, if you are like me, then like, okay, look, when you're trying to get my attention, be loud, be clear, be obvious, until I get down pat. Oh, this is my intuition. Okay, yeah, this is something I need to listen to. Then, you can get back because I'm used to it now. But in the beginning, I need you to be loud. It's just like, when you're listening to some new person, right? You have to get used to their voice. Once you know their voice, they could be 9,000 years and years and years away. They say, hey, girl. You be like, you call, you call me? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. You just know your voice. I said it like that, but I was talking about my child. My child could be somewhere and she can be like, mommy, that mommy belonged to my child. Somebody else could say mommy, and it's like, yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't even need to turn my head, but your child's voice. You're like, you call me, girl? Did you call me in your head? Oh, okay, yeah, because I heard you. I heard you. Yeah, but anyway. That's what it is. If you have any questions, y'all, because I'm silly. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, y'all leave it in the comment section. But again, to recap, because I know I can be all over the place, forgive yourself, your intuition, the things that you're looking for, the direction, the guidance, it probably fell off when you feel like this bad thing happened in your life and you probably got mad at yourself because at the end of the day, you're like, I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself because I trust myself back then and look at where it landed me. You're having all those internal conversations with yourself, but your disconnect is because you feel like you can't trust yourself or you don't trust yourself or you don't want to trust yourself. So you have to get back on. You got to get back up and, have the conversations where you forgive yourself. You actively are listening and trusting yourself and you're ready to move forward. And I'll do more videos, but they'll be scattered out in there and all the other stuff. But let me know if this video resonated with you. And until then, y'all, I'll chat with y'all later. Bye, y'all. Happy Monday. Okay, bye, y'all.